Hello everyone, it's Arium aka Yuno aka the Firefist guy, and that's all I talk about in this channel. It's not like it's been like 3 months since I talked about Firefist. I've been a bit burned out, but in preparation for like hopefully sprites coming to Master Duel and more hopefully me caring to play the deck when that happens. I've looked back into the deck with Elf and Scarecrow Lightheart and on some more combos. And if you notice something weird about this is that there is no bear. We can finally cut bear, wolf park, and tiger king pretty safely. I feel. I haven't tested this versus other people, so versus hand traps, so that might not be that true, but test it at your own risk. You can add the bears and wolf parks and second tiger king. Well, second tiger king is pretty fucking hard to fit in, but yeah. Anyways, this is the decor: 3 fractals, 1 kit, 2 narwhals, 1 Karas, rescue ferret, ignis, and red resonator for the package. Then 3 dragons, 1 buffalo. 1 rooster is the core, but if you are playing in the TCG, or if you have 2 roosters in Master Duel, then play 2 roosters. Raven. Well, in Master Duel it's 2 fractal, 3 tanky, I believe. In TCG it's 3 fractal, 2 tanky. It's a bit better for the TCG, but not that. It's not that much better. Then 2 Tensu, then 1 Tensu and 1 Dome. And then for the extra deck, Horse Prince, Tiger King, Diamond Direwolf, Dugares, Shureg, Frigid, Eagle, Drumodol, Split Elf, and Lightheart. Those are like the 100% necessary cards. And then we have the extra starters. Now, Raven is interesting because with the Split Elf, he doesn't require the, the Bear Brum effect to use him, so you can run more of him. My main problem with him as a starter is that he cannot be hand trapped, which means that all of the hand traps will be focused on whatever, on your fractals, your tanky. So if you have fractal or tanky that lets you extend with other starters, they cannot extend with Raven. So that's a bit annoying. The other starters will be, well, the usual starters are, Rescue Cat and Sumo. And all these guys have their engine requirements. Sumo's engine requirement is the Zushkong. I'll put Raven up here. And unfortunately, I cannot fit double Dragon Lords in this deck, frankly. It's the 16 card, for real, for sure. And Rescue Cats needs kit. I would play 3 kits, regardless. I think Rescue Cat needs, well, regardless. If you want to play Rescue Cat, I would recommend playing Appaloosa. Almirage. I always mix those guys up. Start with A, but and also Raven. So you're probably gonna want that. So that Raven is a starter. Kit is a starter, kinda. There's also Foolish Burial. That's also a starter. And as always, requires the Bear Brum, but you can use it to extend over your normal summons, so that's good. If you're playing Kit, you also want Bear Brum to do the setup. And if you want Bear Brum, you might want to have Revolt. And if you want Revolt, you might want to have Appaloosa. See what I mean by like core and expanding, adding the stuff later. And I think you also need Rugal for setups involving Kit and Foolish Burial. So you want to have that. And if you have Rugal, you want access code too. So that's kind of how you build the extra deck, basically. Yeah. And then the rest of the slots can be whatever, really. Tech slots. I wouldn't then recommend running so many starters. I will probably cut either the Ravens down to one, or yeah, probably that. You could cut the Rescue Cat, so you only need to play with one kit. But you figure this stuff out. I'm burned out. I don't really care that much anymore. I just want someone to pick the deck up and run with it like I did. Please, someone listen to the wishes of this old man. But yeah, I don't know. You can add like called by Alpha and the Crow. I guess Tactics talent, whatever the meta wants. Just remember that like obviously Alpha and Diddy Crow and also Guan Yun have synergy with the deck. Guan Yun less so because we don't have double Dragon Lords. I also wanted to address this new guy. He's good. He competes with the Model and Cross Ship, obviously, and he's best in non-FTK in builds without Gamma. That's kinda his niche. Oh, speaking of, you can definitely play Gamma if Ash is in the meta, as it usually is, and you can make it with Sprite Health. Yeah, you can use Sprite Health to link it off. But anyways, what else? Yeah, this is for FTK. I'm gonna show you some FTK setups and combos because there's no bear, so you kind of have to see them more. At least I had to study them more than I'm used to because like I'm the guy who invented them. Well, no, not really, not exactly. Whatever. I didn't invent the FTK. Shoutouts to Master Dinner Flex. But yeah, all of these replays except the last one, which I wasn't able to do myself with Elf, use Elf. So we're going to start out with thank you. In non-FTK, we have found that you actually don't need the tri-type. You can use Bear Brum's effect with 2 random cards, but for FTK you need this, at least for Fractal. For I wonder if it's possible with the tanky start to do it with no tri-type. I wonder about that. Well, after this is done, I might just film that. But did I miss any? Okay, no, nothing particularly important missing. Something nice about Sunmo is that depending on the setup, you can use him instead of the third dragon if you drew weirdly, and still FTK. Depends on the setup and how you did the setup. Some setups I don't think I did quite optimally in terms of maximum damage you can make. I only did just enough, but here 9. If you start with 900, you cannot use Sunmo. Just gotta count the grave basically with 9 monsters in grave, including the guy you tributed. You need 7 summons, 7 fires. With 10, you need still 7 fires, but some setups you end up with 10 counting the 2 dragons, so with the Sumo it becomes 9 and it's fine. And with 11 you only need 6 tributes. But yeah, this one is a bit harder if I remember correctly. Go into Karas, such. Summon Light Art. Elf Revive Kit. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure whether alpha is 100% necessary for the bearless stuff. I just came back and kind of found everything together. So then I haven't gone through the minutia of like figuring that stuff out. But here we haven't used our normal summon, so we can go into Revin to get tanky. You could go directly into Raven, but then you don't get the extra fire engrave, which might be necessary for this. I'm not entirely sure. But you know, here the Rumadol is the fact that it points downwards is not really relevant. It's just a fire beast warrior. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure whether the fact that it's beast warrior counts for much. Don't remember. I made these replays over the last few days. And I just came back to Fire Fists. But yeah, in this setup you can go with the Sunmo, or you can forgo the Rooster and go directly for Raven. Not both together though, you need the Fire Engrave. Okay, Rescue Cat. So shoutouts to Grandmaster of the Six Samurai for the Raven setup you'll see later. And shoutouts to Good Intentions for the kit setup that it's old without health, but it still does it without bear. And I saw it once just to study up, but I'm not entirely sure whether it used the any other extra deck cards like Cross Ship. I hope not. That would make me look foolish. But yeah, here we went into Bearbrum. You don't 100% need the Bearbrum here, but again, if you run Rescue Cat, you probably want to run Bearbrum, unless you're Grandmaster of the Six Samurai, in which case I don't know what to tell you. But well, yeah, you can just go directly into the Rumadol and you have one less fire engrave. Let's see if you can FTK with that less fire engrave. Yep, you can, but again, you don't have the flexibility of summoning Sumo. Okay. Next, speaking of the devil, of course you need the goblin out of the frying pan, as always. I was thinking of getting it ultimate rare, just for the meme. But anyways, here we're going to do something that we haven't really done before ever, keeping the Tiger King on the field instead of using it as a think material. Yeah, I'm gonna summon Lightheart, Elf, Kit, whatever. Skip Ferret, Ferret. Nothing much to say here, since we do have the tanky. We don't need the Beast Warrior to link off before first. So yeah, here we're just gonna summon them on their wolf and pop the Tiger King like that. We don't get Tommy, but we don't need it. Let's see, can we Sunmo this? Nope. We have Buffalo here. Also, in a couple of setups we don't use tanky at all, but you can actually summon Rooster off Dragon as soon as you tribute one to get tanky and get Fractal to mill 2 fires. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, already saw that. What's next? Raven? Yep. You don't need the Bearbram anymore, so Raven is okay as a starter, finally. Still not great. But it doesn't have many engine requirements, so that's nice. And this also lets you see what you can do without any without a normal summon available. Although here you have the luxury of the extra Tri-type engrave, so you can summon back the kit with health. Either way, as always, the best way to play Fire Fists is to play as few Fire Fists as possible. I'm not entirely sure whether. Okay, I'm pretty sure you linking them off into the model would have given you would have been better because it gives you 100 more. Uh, one extra fire engrave, but still you can do it without that. Again, these aren't 100% optimal. These are just stuff that works. Heck, you don't even need. Even without that, you can still. Oh wait, never mind you. Oh, we're on the Raven side. Yeah, you can summon Sunmo instead of Dragon. That's fine. Next, Foolish. Unfortunately, you still need Burbam, but this setup was kind of funny. It took me a while to figure this out. It seemed quite impossible at first. At least without the extra Tri-type needed. Yeah, here we're going to Burbam first, and Health, Rugal for getting the 4 in Banish. And then get the Rescue Ferret up. Special summon the Ferret. And then since we haven't used the normal summon, we do the Rooster into Raven play again. I like finding out new macro plays like that. Like Rooster into Raven. That wasn't something that I had never done before. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Link them off. And then make sure to send the Rooster and Dome specifically, because we need the field. So anyways, how's life? You well fed? Anyways, I found out that there is no left or right pointing link to Beast Warrior in existence. That sucks. So I think that new link for that that only needs one has potential. But anyways, last setup, unless I pause and find off camera the tanky one that doesn't need the Tri-type. Where is it? I forgot. Yes, that's it. Shoutouts to good intentions. He doesn't use my usual garnets, as you can see. But yeah, I could not find one that didn't require a second Tri-type. That really sucks. Like, really sucks. The day that we find that, it's gonna be a great day. But yeah, I couldn't even find one with 2 that used Elf. So, yeah, there's that. Maybe one day we'll find it, and then you don't 100% need the Rugal. I still feel like it's the best thing to put in the deck for access code, obviously. But still. But I guess you will be able to cut it for Rise Velgr. Or Double Dragon Lords. but then you don't get the access code stuff. Whatever. What else? What else? So yeah, here we. Yeah, I also forgot that we already saw this in an old video, but it's still relevant for this video. So yeah, to show you this. So using the Diamond Wolf to pop formation and then linking it off, it blew my mind when I first saw this. Just saying. But anyways, yeah, this is the rooster into tank into fractal play I mentioned to get to 100 more burn per tribute. Alright, let's see if I find the other setup. Well, unfortunately, I did it, and I cannot finish this. Basically, the extra deck is 0 because it's just the core cards plus Rugal and Bearbrum, which you need for this. But yeah, unless you run also a second model or actually I think like probably double Dragon Lords also works for this. Yeah, should work. Yes. If you're on the room model, you can do it too, but otherwise, no, you cannot. I'm just gonna tell you what to do for the setup at least. First off, you go Fractals and Nerval, add Kit, normal summon it, banish 1 to summon Lightheart, link them off into Elf. Kit is gonna send Karas, Elf summon back the Karas. Karas, banish 3 to summon. Well, no, sorry. You need to link off the Kit. No, I think I'm getting this wrong. No, you use Karas, banish 2, summon Bearbrum, including Fractal. Bearbrum effect, discard 2, summon Fractal, then link off the Karas and Bearbrum into Rugal. Fractal effect, banish 2, summon double Dragon Lords, and then link off double Dragon Lords and Shureg into Rugal into Shureg, link off Shureg and Fractal into Ferret, and then you get Rescue Ferret, and then you go from there. You should know what to do after this. But yeah, I only thought about it while doing this, but positive of making only the deck core first is that you can see that you don't need all of the expensive cards like Almira, like Sunmo, Rescue Cat, Access Code, Appaloosa. You don't need them. You can just make a core with this, and it should be very cheap. Yeah, the only expensive card is the Eagle, and the Horse Priest, I guess, is not super duper cheap. It's about on par with the Tri Brigades. And let me check Lightheart. I haven't checked that. Oh yeah, and then Elf. How expensive is Bright Elf, actually? It's 20 bucks. 20 euros. More if you're not. On Card Market, yeah, Italian copies are more like 30 bucks. But for German, you can get German copies for 20, 25. And meanwhile, Lightheart is oh yeah, it's 2 bucks. So yeah, that's it from me. Be on the lookout for probably more Firefist content in the future, but not before I do more hot stuff. And also about Firefists in a hot format, I am waiting for Vulcan the Divine to come in, so I can profile that. And yeah, leave a like, join the Discord, subscribe, comment comment Firefist best deck. Let's go. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. And please pick the deck up. I beg you. I want someone else to play this deck. I it's kind of weird because like how do I say it? I like sharing stuff, but I kind of want to be always credited. Let's just put it that way. There's what is the copyright thing? Well, whatever. I like being credited, but I like other people to pick my stuff up too. But yeah, that's it for me. Goodbye.